Hey everybody! As you can tell, it's dark. It's I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, something of that nature. Haven't really done a whole lot to Redford. Uh, it's been raining. It's been kind of chilly. I don't have a rooftop or a barn or a garage to work on Redford. So I mean, I'm out in the element. I'm a poor man. I got poor man ways. I did order some parts for my transmission today. Um, it it's kind of weird because I looked online and TCI offers a transmission with a 242 first gear ratio in their transmissions, but they offer a gear set or a planetary set that is a 272 gear ratio first gear, and I ordered that today. That was a chunk of change, but that's going to go in Redford. So I'm building a transmission for Redford. I've got the motor. It's up in Ladonia. It's on an engine stand. I'd love to show it to you guys, but I'm not there right now. I was supposed to be there this weekend, but I needed to work on the yard, and I needed to work on Redford a little bit. I needed to do some things. My nephew just got out of the hospital from a motorcycle wreck, so I mean it's been a hell of a week. It really has. The He's home, by the way. So I mean, he's not bad hurt. I mean, he got a little sting. He's getting around pretty good. He supposedly endoed his motorcycle and crunched his neck and wound up being care flighted to what is that? Plano. So he got him a helicopter ride out of the deal, and somebody gonna pay for that. So, but but he's all right. He's getting around a little better. His friends, his family, everybody's coming together and comforting him and motivating him and getting him going in the right direction. So, I mean, he's doing all right. So, but, yeah, man, it's been wet. Rained all night last night. A little bit this morning. So I really hadn't been able to crawl around or monkey around on the ground under Redford to do a whole bunch of stuff because, I mean, like I said, the ground's still wet. Tomorrow, maybe I'd like to be able to do some more stuff tear on the tear down. Once I get everything tore down, I'm gonna stand her up on the bumper and put the hot water to it and clean everything up because it desperately needs it. Uh, she needs a good cleaning up. I mean, it's a 40-year-old truck. Doesn't have much rust. I mean, the frame's good. The frame is real good. Um, I also have another project that I'm going to be working on. I think I'm going to call it Stepchild. It's a I feel like I'm cheating when I say this. It's a Chevrolet. It's a 96 short bed Chevrolet Cheyenne. I'm not a Chevrolet guy. I'm really not. But at the same time, these LS engines, saying you can make a lot of power out of them really, really easy and really dependable. So, I don't know. It's going to be the redheaded stepchild. So it's going to refer to the channel as Redford. Redford's going to be more of a legitimate street car. It's going to be roughly 500 horsepower big block. I'm going to put a stall in it just to have some fun with it. It's going to have a really badass transmission, a C6 in it, and that and the other. It's got some really good gears in it. I'm going to kind of do the radial tire with it, because it acts real good with what I've done to suspension through the years, and that and the other. It does real good. It hops like a rabbit, like, Turbo John says that the radials need to do. The front end comes up, the ass end comes up. It hops and kind of lunges and all that. So it does really good. Even with the 350, 375 horse big block that's in it now, it done real good with that. 500 horsepower ish. I'm figuring it's going to be a little bit shy of 500 horsepower, but it's going to be right about 500 horsepower. So it should do real good with the little stalkers running around town and that and the other. I'll be able to have some fun with it, just with the locals, of course. But the stepchild, man, the stepchild, I'm thinking about doing some eBay turbos and seeing if I can't get run across an individual just this last week that works at a performance shop just down the road about 20 minutes. And his shit sounded real fuck good. 1,000 horsepower at the wheels. I'd like to have the stepchild doing that. I mean, it is what it is. It'll be twin turbo and that and the other. He had a Pro Charger on his, and tires. I don't know. They were radials, and they were about, I don't know, 16 inches wide each. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. He invited me down to his shop, so I'm thinking I'm gonna get with my family and see if I can't take a half a day next week and go down there and check out what they got to offer and see what I can do and that and the other. I've already done some pricing. I can do a lot of the work here at the house, welding this and putting that. I've already found a roll cage for it. Cheap. I mean, I say cheap. It's not cheap, but it's inexpensive and a good cage. Getting the truck set up, that's the biggest deal. I'm gonna have to change rear ends. I'm gonna have to put a 9-inch or an 8.8 in it. That little 8.5 or 8-bolt rear end or whatever it is. It's got a V6 in it now, so you can only imagine what the rear end is. It's like a Model A rear end under it. It's not going to handle power and torque, so I'm gonna have to change the rear end. That's no big deal. Take a couple leaf springs out of the ass end of it, work on the front end, make sure everything's right, rebuild it if I need to rebuild it. Probably going to go ahead and rebuild it anyway, because 1,000 horsepower. Need to be able to steer, need to be able to stop. Two very important things about adequate horsepower is need to be able to steer and need to be able to stop. So, yeah. But it's going to be a street car. And down here in Texas, we have annual inspections. So it will be a true street car because it has to go through a state inspection every year. There's a lot of states out there. I think Ohio is one, Oklahoma is one, Louisiana is one, Tennessee is one, that don't have annual inspections on their vehicles. So once you register it in your name, you can do whatever the hell you want to it. It is what it is. You know, it is absolutely crazy on some of the shit that people drive up and down the road. And you come to a state that's got annual inspections, they're going to be going, yeah, you can't drive that down the road. What are you thinking, boy? I don't know where in the hell you come from, but that ain't legal. So, yeah, it's got to be legal. State inspection wise, hey, it's got to do something. So we'll see. You know, like I say, I feel bad about, you know, because I'm a Ford guy. I've been a Ford guy forever, like 40 years forever. I've forgotten more about a Ford than most people know about them. And here I am building a Chevrolet. So figure that. We'll see how this goes. Appreciate it, guys.